Chris Hyman was just 17 years old when he first went to jail, charged with identity deception. Today, he's a paroled Class D felon facing 5 years of probation. He's trying to rebuild his life from a past of theft, forgery, and fraud. He hopes to make things right by helping you protect yourself from thieves like him.
Identity theft, it's so vast with all the technology that's available. There's so many different ways to break into different companies and different things to take identities and so forth. It's not really that complicated at all.
And it's a crime on the rise. Chris Hyman knows he's an identity thief. Hyman spent 2 years behind bars for identity theft because his curiosity got the best of him. Combine that with his knowledge on the net, and that's when things went too far, and Chris started posing as people right here in the tri-state.
I never wanted to be seen, never wanted to be heard. I did all my things through a wireless network online. I was very careful in most cases, but naturally I got caught. So
now he hopes you'll listen to better protect yourself.
When you deal with people that steal identities, that deal in security, that break into networks, this is our life. Okay, we live and breathe the world. We understand the world, and we learn from other people. When you get so involved in it, you develop a different type of intuition.
Simple keystrokes that turned criminal over time. Hyman says he saw how easy it was, then he got greedy.
People need to open their eyes, and not everything is what it seems. The worst element here of security is the human.
And identity theft is not just online, it's on the phone and in person.
I can call anybody, and I've done this so many times. I can trick them into believing whoever I want them to think I am. And they're going to tell me all their information, even if they're suspicious.
One of the ways Chris targeted the tri-state was with a mag strip encoder like this. It looks just like a credit card machine, but instead of swiping your credit card through and telling your bank that you made a purchase, it steals the information that's embedded in the back.
A bunch of friends that worked at grocery stores or they'd work, at gas stations, and when someone hands them their credit card, they'd run it right through the machine, the handheld, and they'd run it through the real machine.
To reveal 3 tracks of information: your first and last name, your credit card number and expiration, and encrypted bank codes. Information that can be downloaded to a dummy card. That's where the theft begins.
And there's gas stations for free gas. There's Walmart who has the pay, right there. They don't have to take a card. I can just go to the mall and buy a prepaid credit card and still burn it to that, and it looks the same way. And there's never going to be any, suspicion or even knowledge anyway.
And even those trying to protect themselves are at risk. Chris says identity theft can happen anywhere.
Basically, I go to public records downtown. If I didn't go through there, I can go through the assessor in Evansville, assessor.evansville.net. I can type in anyone's last name, pull up their house, address, so forth.
Just like those dummy cards, your personal information can be used to open other credit cards and accounts. Chris says identity thieves won't avoid stores or public places, but will strike wherever a transaction is the easiest.
I'm right here in person. There's a camera in front of me. They're not, in a lot of places, they want a driver's license before you use a credit card to write a check. I'm confused. I go online, there's no cameras, these people don't know who I am, and I'm dealing pretty much with a computer, not even a person. I can use an online check or credit card, but they don't even want to know who I am? That doesn't make sense to me. It seems to me there's a problem with the system, and that's a big problem with identity theft today.
And this is a crime that in just the couple of minutes that we've been on air, if you take the statistics, about 15 people have probably fallen victim nationwide. And coming up in a little bit later on, we'll talk more about the crime and try to protect people, because this is growing and it's something you really have to watch out for.
We've got a lot of questions too. It'll be interesting to see if you can answer them too.
Hopefully.
We'll see you in a little bit then, Greg.
All right.
Thanks, Greg.